Hello again, this is AutoCAD Quick and Easy, and in this video tutorial you are going to learn how to finish the German Pavilion exercise with the carpentries and the pillars. In the last page of the exercise you will find all the information related to these carpentries. In theory you have all the sizes and all the dimension marks needed for drawing and creating all these carpentries and put them in place, but we're going to do it in a simpler way. I'm going to tell you how. If you go to the Suru of your subject, of your CAD subject, in the link called Video Tutorials and Documents, as you may already know, you have a shared folder, and inside this shared folder you will find a DWG file, which is an AutoCAD file called Carpentries. You have to download this file and open it in AutoCAD. Here I have my AutoCAD file, my exercise file. You should have a file really similar to this one, in which I have the plinth and the walls done, and the carpentries are missing. There's no doors here, there's no carpentry here. So, first of all, you have to open the file that you have downloaded. You have to open the carpentries file. You can do it by clicking here in the open icon, or you can go to the start menu and click on open files. Here you find the carpentries file you have downloaded, and you can open it. Here you have all the carpentries needed to finish the drawing in one file. If you pay attention, these carpentries are organized in blocks. I mean, if I go over one of these carpentries, all the elements related to this carpentry are going to be highlighted, so I can select all the carpentry with one click. I don't have to go clicking one line and another line and so on. I can select all the carpentry at the same time. That's because I created the carpentries as blocks, not as simple objects, so that you can work with them in an easier way. The first thing we have to do is to take all these pieces into your drawing. You will see that if you have different files opened at the same time, all of them are here in these tabs. So you have the carpentries file and I have my German Pavilion. So you can switch between one drawing and another, and you can always go back to the start menu. So if I want to use some of these drawings in the carpentries file into the drawing, I just have to select all of them. Remember that you can select things just clicking one by one. You can keep adding things, or you can just click in an empty space of the window, and you can just make a rectangle as big as necessary to fit all the objects inside it. Once you have selected everything, you have to copy and paste these objects into the drawing. You can do it by going to the clipboard menu and selecting copy, or you can just click in Ctrl plus C keys, or if you're a Mac user, Command plus C keys. Once you copied the objects, you go to the drawing you want to paste them. I'm going to zoom out just to make some room, some space for them. And now you can go to the clipboard, paste, and you have them here, and you can put them where you want. Or you can click Ctrl plus B keys or Command B if you are a Mac user. Okay, now I have them here. What I have to do now is to put them in place. Let's do different examples. For instance, for this carpentry here, I'm going to zoom in. You know that you have the carpentry that goes just here, from one wall to the other, and just under this thin wall. So then I have three doors here and a window. Let's do this room. I see that this is the carpentry I have to put. This is the door and this is the window. Okay. So I take it, and for doing everything, for putting all the carpentries in place, we're going to use these four icons here. Move, rotate, copy, and mirror. Okay. First of all, let's go with move. I select move. I already have selected the object, and now I have to tell him where I want to put it. I think that a good reference may be the central pillar of the carpentry, and I can put it just here. That's it. It goes from here, and it's properly put. When you move something, what you have to tell AutoCAD, it's the origin point and the destination point. You have to say, I want this point to go to this other place. For instance, let's repeat move with the window. Move. I want to move this window, and I want to do it so that this point goes to this corner, and I have the window properly put. Now let's go to the doors. I have 3 doors, 1, 2, and 3 doors. So first of all, I have to make 3 copies of the door. Then I have to put them in place. I have to make 3 copies of the door. Then I have to put them in the appropriate position, and then I have to put them in place. Let's do it. I have the door. So first of all, I'm going to put it more or less in the place I'm going to use it. Okay. Now I'm going to create 3 copies of the doors. I will use the copy command. Copy. First of all, as always, I have to select the objects that are going to be copied. The door, in this case. When I finish, intro or spaceboard. And now the base point, which can be whichever point you want, and the destination point. So I want to make 3 copies of the door. So one door can go here and the other can go here. Intro. When you finish, just click intro, and that's it. I have 3 doors. Let's see the orientation of the doors. This is one of the doors orientation, the other one, and the other one. You see that you can turn this door, rotate. You just select the axis, the point that is going to be the axis of the rotation, and then the angle. In this case is 90 degrees. I have this door. Now I can move it, and I want this point to go here. I have the first door. You see, this door is okay. Now I want to make this door. In this case, I have to make a mirror. I have to make a symmetry. So I come here, symmetry, mirror. I select the door, intro, and now I have to tell him the axis of the symmetry. In this case, it's a vertical line. So I click somewhere in the window and I make a vertical line. Now he asks me if I want to erase the source object. This means that I have to tell him if I want to keep both objects, the original and the mirrored, or only the mirrored one. In this case, I only want the mirrored door, so I do want to erase the source object, yes. Now I have to put the door in place, the same way I did with the others. I select a certain point, and then I put it where it has to go. Perfect. And for the last one, I just have to turn the door 90 degrees. Turn this point into this direction. Now I have it properly put. Move. This point goes here. That's it. Now I'm going to put the pillars. You see that you have 2 rows of 4 pillars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have the position of this pillar. Let me zoom in. I have that the center of this pillar is 763 from this perimeter in the x direction and 327 from this perimeter in the y direction. So I'm going to put this pillar in place, and all the other pillars are going to be put automatically in place. I have the pillars here. I want to move the pillars. So what I'm going to do is to move all these pillars so that they are put in place. I will take, for instance, this point as reference, and I will put it in this corner. And now I want to move it slightly to the right so that the center of the pillar goes exactly in the center. So the midpoint, if this triangle, which indicates the midpoint, doesn't appear, be sure that you have went here and you have activated midpoint. If you don't have the tick, then click it so that you have it. Now you can say that the midpoint goes here, and now I move again all the pillars so that this midpoint goes here. So now I have the corner just in the center of the pillars, and I want to move it so that this point goes exactly here, which is 763 and 327. All the pillars again, move this point, and now I enter the coordinates. It's minus 7.63 in the x direction, comma 3.27. Intro. Now you have the pillars in place. What else? You can put this carpentry here, which just with a move, and you make this point go to this corner, and it's perfectly put. Now I'm going for this other carpentry here. I will move so that this point goes here. Obviously this is not going to be here, but if I carefully look here, you see that I have to move it 2 meters and 58 centimeters from the end up to the inner part of the carpentry. So now I move, so that this point goes 2.68 inwards, and now it's properly put. Now I have this carpentry here, which is this one. There's a dimension mark missing here because I know the distance from this perimeter, it's 307, but I have the distance to the other perimeter, so I'm going to put it more or less near to the pillars, but you can decide the size. It doesn't have to be exact because you don't have the size. I'm going to take it, move, I take this corner, I put it somewhere here, okay. Now I move it upwards, you can click anywhere, it doesn't matter, 3.07, and now I have to move it. I think it's too far from the pillars. If you look to the drawing, you'll see it. So I'm going to select it, move it again, and now I'll make that this point goes more to the pillars, just kind of here. It's more or less. And now the only thing that's missing is the bench. So with the bench happens the same than with the previous carpentry. You don't have the exact position of the bench because you only know that it's near the wall and not exactly at the end. So let's put it this way. You select the bench, move, you take this corner. If you have auto activated, just deactivate it. So you can freely move the bench where you want to. And now just come here and select the position that it's kind of the same than in the drawing. Here. Now you have your drawing with the German pavilion finished. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching and see you in further tutorials of AutoCAD quick and easy.